The bridge across the river needs repair, Sir Topham Hatt said to the engines. I shall have to make a weight limit across it for a while. Daisy, Percy, and Toby will be all right, but Thomas is too heavy. Thomas looked anxious. How would you like to go and help Edward? Suggested Sir Topham Hatt. Can Annie and Clarabelle come? Asked Thomas. Sir Topham Hatt shook his head. They'll be needed here, I'm afraid, he said. Daisy can't carry all your passengers on her own. Percy promised to take care of Annie and Clarabelle, but they were sorry to see Thomas go. To cheer Thomas up, Edward took him to see Bill and Ben, the twin engines who lived at the China Clay Harbor. Oh dear, not another blue engine, said Bill cheekily. First Edward, then Donald, then Douglas, and now... Don't forget Gordon, interrupted Ben. He came here once by mistake. I don't think he enjoyed it much, he added innocently. The twins both chuckled, remembering. No, but seriously, Edward, said Bill. Why doesn't Sir Topham Hatt paint the engines a proper color, like us, for instance? Thomas let off steam indignantly. Let me tell you, he began. All right, you two, laughed Edward. Go and move those trucks so there won't be room for any more. Bill and Ben went off happily. You just don't have to take them too seriously, explained Edward. Thomas smiled whimsically. I wish I know how you deal with them, he said. Near the harbor, the line crossed the lane. The crossing had no gates. The lane led to a farm which made butter and supplied eggs and milks to shops in the town. One morning, the farmer had difficulty starting his lorry. He did it at last, but the lorry started to judder, fitted to start. The farmer was worried about his buttermilk and eggs. That milk will be turned to butter soon, he muttered to himself. The lorry lurched across the rails, and the back wheel was just clear when its engine started making a noise like a tired sheep. They were stuck. The back of the lorry was still jutting out on the railway line. The farmer struggled to start it again, but it would not go. He had just gone down to telephone for help when he heard an engine approaching. Thomas wasn't going fast, but when he saw the lorry, he had braked so hard, but he couldn't stop. He hit the lorry with a loud crash. Eggs and milk were laid everywhere. Yeah! He exclaimed. Just look at my lorry, said the farmer, emerging from behind the hedge where he'd been sheltering. What a way to make an omelet. The driver made sure that Thomas wasn't hurt, then stood back and surveyed the mess. He began to laugh. It's not funny, said Thomas crossly. You're not standing where I am, said his driver. You look just like a scrambled egg. Well, if a scrambled egg is sticky and wet as I am, then it's very uncomfortable, said Thomas. Please clean me. Both driver and fireman tried hard, but the heat from Thomas's boiler had cooked the eggs. They were stuck. Sorry, Thomas, said his driver at last. We can't block the line any longer. We shall have to go on. At the end of the line, Thomas was taken to Bill and Ben's yard to be cleaned up. The twins were there. Hello, said Ben. What's this? Must be a new engine, said Bill. Ben inspected the arrival carefully. No, Bill, he said. That's not a new engine. It's Thomas. But it's our color, Ben, and Thomas doesn't think our color is proper for an engine. They heard a grinding noise. Are your joints stiff, Bill? Asked Ben. But it wasn't Bill's joints. It was Thomas, lashing his teeth.